Hey guys, I'm Nate. Welcome back to the channel. So today I want to address how much space this car really has, how much seats this car really has, how well it does if you have a family. So Charger, obviously you can easily see that. Trackhawk, Durango, the Hellcat versions, plenty of space, right? They're SUVs, four-door cars. What about the Challenger? What is it like for the Challenger to be a family car? Or if you got a group of friends and you're taking them out, how much space is there really in this car? Challenger obviously is two doors, right? So right off the bat, you are gonna have to get used to the fact that there's going to be some getting in and getting out of the back. Not that big of a deal. Fold the seat down, you can push it forward a little bit, and you put them in the back. It has these nice little handles on the side, so it's, pretty easy, right, for someone to figure that out. But now what about when they're in the back? How many seats do you have? So it looks like, if you just look at it, that it probably only has two seats, because there's like two seat type of things, right? But it actually has 5 seats. So the car does have 5 seats. The middle seat obviously is going to be a little bit narrow. If you don't use it as a seat, you can fold it down and there's like nice little cup holder area there for the 2 passengers in the back. But there is plenty of space back there. So there's a decent amount of leg room back there, depending on how tall whoever's sitting in the front is. But for me, plenty of space in the back for me, plenty of space on the other side. Move this seat up and down obviously to make that space a little bit better. There's the latch system in the back, so if you have kids and they're still using a car seat, you can put the latch system in there for a little bit better anchoring. Plenty of space with a child seat, even that the seats move back and forth. I don't really find it that cramped at all. So here, just to see how much space there is, look, I'll take you guys on a spin around the car and you can see there's plenty of space here. Notice that seat belt that's in the middle, that's for the back seat, middle passenger. But there's a ton of space in this car. Trunk space also massive. There's just so much space back there. You can fit pretty much whatever you need to carry around. The only thing I don't really like about the trunk is the floor of the trunk is very smooth, so things kind of slide around a lot, but there's a ton of space back there. Very comfortable for your inside passengers. So from that aspect, you're taking a bunch of people in this car. Know that you can take 5 people in this car total, including yourself, and you can probably fit all their luggage as well in the back. So overall, ton of space in this car. So even though it's a 2-door, I wouldn't worry about it. So really you're making a decision between a Charger or a Challenger based on, family and space. Well, hold on a second. Getting on the highway here. There we go. You can take your 5 passengers in this car pretty fast. So this car, I would say it's basically, it's a family car, right? But it's a family car that has 2 doors. That's all you got to be concerned with. So the main thing you're going to run into this car on a day-to-day basis is you're just going to need to fold those seats down to get people into the back, right? But I don't really find it that much of an inconvenience. And for me, I personally like the looks of the Challenger more with the 2 doors, so it's a trade-off I'm willing to make. Other aspects of this car, really you're treating it like a family car, is like I said, it has a ton of space. It's very comfortable. You have this SRT drive modes, right? Like so. Here, let me show you. So I'm gonna launch it up right now, and what you can do right now, you notice I have my suspension in sport mode, but if you wanted to put this a little bit easier ride, you can, right? So I can customize my default setup here, and I could put this in street mode. And in street mode, it's very much like a cruiser. It soaks up the bumps, you hardly feel them. It's very soft. I really don't like it for everyday driving because I find that it's a little too soft, a little too bouncy. So for me, I prefer, you can put it in track. If you put it in track, this thing is just like very harsh. But for me, I think for everyday driving, sport mode kind of fits that bill. It's a nice in-between for this type of car. So you can put it in those modes, you can modify those, say you got a baby in the back that's sleeping, really not that big of a deal. Put it in street mode, you can probably take them around. The rumble of the engine, the vibration in here probably is going to be a nice way for them to fall asleep. I don't know, I feel like it is actually a great family car. Now, I used to have a Super STI. Super STI was 4-door, and I will say it, obviously was a little bit easier getting in the back with a kid, putting them in the car seat when they can't belt themselves, because they can just kind of do it themselves. All you have to do, is just get them in the back and they can put the seatbelt when they get older. But in the beginning, you're kind of having a belt, so you have to lean in the back and all of that stuff. And it is easier with a 4-door, but that time range, I mean, it only really lasts until maybe 3.5, and then after that, they're kind of self-sufficient. So if you're thinking about keeping a car for the long term, it's really not that big of a deal. Your friends are gonna have fun doing this. Everyone's gonna have fun doing that. And yeah, you could do that in the Charger, but the downside of the Charger, I feel like, is you can't get it in a manual. And if you check out on YouTube, there's a guy that converted his Charger to a manual, but other than that, like, you can't get one from the factory, right? You want a manual transmission, Hellcat, and you're wondering, you know, can you do a family, can it baby, all of that stuff? I'm here to tell you it can, and those are the reasons why. This is a pretty badass family car, and something you can live with on a day-to-day basis. Plenty of room to take your friends, take your family out, and they're gonna have a blast just rocking and rolling with you on the highway or wherever you're going in this car. So yeah, that's my take. I give it 2 thumbs up as a family car. So hey, any of you guys that have a family, take this car as a family car, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Otherwise, check out these next videos and I'll see you there. Thanks. Bye.